KKHT wants you to meet the classiest guys in real estate.
This is Tim O'Neill, the icon of insurance.
I'm Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
And I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate. And together we are
the Real Estate Rat Pack. Much like us, real estate in the greater Houston area is hot.
So whether you're buying, selling, owning, or insuring real estate in the greater Houston area,
you need to check us out as we are the preeminent source for everything you need to know.
And now, they're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now 1-800-808-5548. The Real Estate Rat Pack.
You know, we have a great group of ladies in the studio today.
You know, it's going to be like Red Day.
when does
It's
that ever
Red
happen
Day.
around here? A great group
It
of
is
ladies
Red
in the
Day
studio.
in the studio.
I hope you ask for some extra Kool-Aid for these powerful women we have today, because, you know, they are all from Keller Williams.
That is correct. You know, and Keller Williams does a great job of promoting real estate, great job of doing community service in this town, and all over the place, by the way. I mean, and we brought three of the greatest and brightest that we know of right now, but I'm sure you guys have a lot of other great teammates in your respective offices. But we're going to start off by talking about a lot of what's going on the west side of town today. We haven't talked about that in a little while, and it's one of those things that's near and dear to my heart. I live out in the Katy area, Katy, Richmond. You know, we talked with you, Claudia, all the way over to the Cypress area. And Crystal, you're going to be first up, by the way.
Okay,
How are
I'm
you
ready.
doing?
I'm good. Good
Crystal
morning.
Northcutt, and you're with Keller
that's
Williams
Premier
Premier
in Katy.
out in Katy.
I've been to your house, Chris. I thought that was El Paso.
No,
That's
Katy's
out there.
just a little bit west of Houston.
Right before you get to San Antonio.
It's right off Grand Parkway, not too far.
Well, you know, a lot of the tollway systems has made it very accessible, because I used to think Katy was like, oh my gosh, it's way out there. They put West Park in. I'm going, I'm there already. It's awesome.
Right.
West Park is great. I can get to the Galleria in 20 minutes.
If you
We
pick
know what your
time-
priorities are.
if you-
Yes, there you go.
If you pick your time of day.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, leave at 7 o'clock in the morning on the West Park Tollway, headed east, and you're not going to be there for, till 9 o'clock.
That's probably
So
correct.
does not include the last 2 weeks of December.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you're in the real estate industry. What brought you here?
I've been in real estate for about 19 years. Before that, I was in banking at Chase Bank, was in the financial and real estate department there. And when I decided to change careers, I went with real estate, and I absolutely love it. I actually moved out to the West End in Cinco Ranch in 97, so I've seen it grow tremendously.
You've seen a lot of changes out
I
there.
am. I'm a native Houstonian, actually graduated from Stratford High School, so I know this city pretty darn well.
Oh, yeah.
And when I moved out there, Grand Parkway was not even built. So to see it built, and now that it's going to be opening up all the way to I-45 in the next month, is just fantastic for the outer skirts of the greater metropolitan area, because that's where most of the good business is for real estate.
Yeah. What do you see happening in your marketplace out there? Because I know you got a lot of reload, and especially oil field reload. Are we seeing that taper off, or?
The last 3 years out there have been extremely great. Our home values have increased by a lot. It's at the point where it's slowing down a little bit, which we could never keep increasing at the rate we have been over the last 2 or 3 years. So it's going to, in my opinion, and after talking with Ted Jones Thursday at his speech, and he's the chief economist for Stewart Title, it's not going to be bad. It's not what everybody is so scared of happening out there, according to him, and I kind of feel that way too. I do see it slowing down a little bit, but our home values are not going to increase by that much, but I think they're going to hold
either,
steady.
yeah.
I don't think
Right.
they're going to decrease.
And that's what I'm hearing. But and you all hovered around two months supply of homes for a long time. 'Cause,
Correct.
Overall, in the MLS system, we had 2.6 for a very long time. We've gone up about 26% in overall. Again, of course, that's a broad brush for the whole industry. What are you seeing out in Acadia as far as months of inventory?
I think it's at around 3 right now.
That's still a seller's
which
market.
It's still a seller's market, yes.
And that's what I'm going to say, a slowdown, relatively speaking, right? A slowdown compared to the hypermarket
yeah.
that we were in.
Absolutely, that's what I
which
mean
is
by that.
still a
Yes.
great, I mean, one of the things I tell everybody is you look at it in Katy, it's still an extremely strong market. So if you compare it to the rest of the nation, we're still going to be one of the top 2 or 3 areas to be buying in as compared to everything else. because it's still very strong. Right?
Yes, I
and
agree.
they're usually in front of me on I-10 in the morning, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know where we're going to put everybody. We're hoping that 99 will help improve some of that congestion and relieve. But, I had somebody call me the other day, and they said, I cannot believe the traffic out here. That's the blessing and the curse of Houston. The blessing is we got all these people moving in from everywhere.
Yes.
And for every reason. And medical is our biggest industry now. So we're getting all that.
Right.
But, of course, we don't have any more roads to put them on. We just have more people to put on it.
Well, it's interesting you said that. One of my great friends used to live out in Katy. Doesn't anymore. Native Houstonian as well. So I used to come to Houston when I was a young kid, and you basically had, over there you had that one initial subdivision. I forget what the name of it was right back there, and then you had Cinco Ranch didn't exist. Nothing existed. Right.
Correct. That was probably Nottingham Country.
Nottingham Country. That was it. And you had that little speck of light when you were coming in on I-10, and you go, okay, we got the little town of Katy.
Yes.
And then we still have another 20 minutes to go till we get to Houston. And nowadays, when you come in, it's huge. It's booming. And then all the new stuff going on around Katy Mills. All the new stuff.
Oh my gosh, the new
there.
water park there. It is, and the new boardwalk they're going to put in is a big convention center. It is, it's booming. It's still booming. It's going to continue to boom, just probably at a slower pace. But all the commercial is coming in to meet all the demand of all the residential that's out there.
Oh yeah, and part of that water park, by the way, right next to it, they're also putting in a brand new, and I forget what the name of the company is. It's a brand new rock climbing center.
Oh,
so like
wow.
a professional rock climbing
Didn't know
center.
about
over there.
that
It's
one
pretty
yet.
cool.
It's always something new out there,
Yep.
West.
Yeah, my son
Even
loves
Old
it.
Katy is starting to get benefit of some redevelopment, things out in that old area. There's
Yes.
a new subdivision out there. I have not.
Cane Island.
Cane Island.
Cane Island.
I understand it's spectacular. I have not made it out there yet.
Right, you've
Have
got
It
Cane
is.
Island, yeah.
Is it?
I went to the grand opening. It is absolutely beautiful. That's one of many new master planned communities west of 99 in Katy and north of Katy. It's great out there.
Let's talk a little bit about the affordability of that area because we get some of these new subdivisions. The entry level is $400,000 or $500,000. Of course, not everybody can handle $400,000 or $500,000. Is there still anything out there that people can buy around the 200 range or?
Yes,
Shaking her head.
probably not in Cane Island.
Well,
but
not in
there
Cane
are-
Island, but I'm
there
talking about
are-
Katy
There are
in
other
general,
ones.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but a new home, you're going to have to go north of I-10, and there are some neighborhoods up there that are being built and going to be built in the next couple of years. It's all the plans are out there, so you can do it. And there's plans for new high schools and junior highs coming in up there. It's just that's where the new stuff is going to be.
Amazing to watch all that.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Got
I
to
would-
give a shout out here at some point to the number one high school football team in the whole U.S. of A. out that way.
Yes,
Somebody
Katy High
do
School
it.
has won how many? 7?
The Katy High School.
The Katy High School? Is it-
Tigers.
Katy Tigers. Okay, so my kids graduated from Cinco Ranch Cougars, but
So she wasn't going to bring that
yeah,
up,
I
but
wasn't
now
gonna
that you
bring that
mentioned
up.
it.
Now wait, I did graduate from Stratford when we won state champs. Though.
Yes.
There.
1979 was that?
1978 state
Hey,
champs. Yep.
Okay.
There
I
you
knew
go.
it was somewhere in the late 70s because they used to have it blazing across
And we
there.
played Katy and beat Katy.
Bump.
Wow.
That was a long time ago, though.
That is pretty much, well, and you are right, though. Football is obviously very strong out in the Katy High School, but education and what we have in regards to ISD out there, you mentioned all the new schools coming on board. If you look at what you have from, Seven Lakes and Tompkins and the new middle school that's going in and Wood Creek and the Katy High School, and, you name all of our education system out there in Katy. That's part of what's driving a lot of that individuals, no matter where you're from and industry you're in, to go out there because it's a premier institution as far as ISD. My children go to it, and it's phenomenal.
Yes, it is premier. That is one of the reasons that I moved out there in 1997 because of the education and wanted our kids to get that great education. And it will continue to be that great of an education. We are well known throughout the world. And because of that, our market out there is really powerful during the spring and summer months before school starts. And again, during the holidays before the new semester starts in January, you see a lot of buyers ready because they want to get their kids into KISD.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of education and shifting gears a little bit, is you were very involved with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, correct?
I am. I'm on the Scholarship Administration Committee, and it is a fantastic committee, and we help with all the applications that come in. We verify them, and then we are there for the banquets. We are expecting over 5,000 applications that all have to come in online. The deadline's February 18th. We verify everything. They have to send in their SAT scores, their school record and all that stuff. All that's verified. And these students that get the scholarship get $18,000 a year, and some of them are the first kids in their family to ever go to college, and they would never get this opportunity without this scholarship.
And what's amazing is, I'm a huge Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and we participate this year. We're going to be, obviously, the cook-off, but most people look at all the fun that goes into it. They don't realize is it's truly there to raise money for education.
Absolutely, it is. We have so many ways of raising money and so many ways of giving back to these kids also.
And how many scholarships do y'all give out each year?
We gave out over 700 last year at $18,000 each.
Oh, my.
And so,
wow.
Amen.
Over the years of the rodeo, I think it's been around $13 million we've given away in scholarships.
13 million people.
No,
Or
$13 million over all the years.
Over all the
yes,
years.
over all the years, about $13
That's
million.
still a lot. I mean,
that
that's
is a lot.
A lot
Yeah.
right there.
And that's such a big lever. I mean, when you invest in young people's educations, that just blows up, hundredfold.
And that's
great.
just the scholarships. I mean, people participate in the art and in the livestock, and they get all their money from that also. I mean, if you win grand champion, you can win thousands and thousands of dollars, and those kids get to use that for college. It's awesome.
Someday they'll need a Willow Bend mortgage.
There you go.
Big
and they'll
earnings
need some insurance also.
State Farm Insurance.
Yeah.
And they will need a great agent to show them.
Absolutely.
I love this job.
So, but you're right. You're right. Education is the key. I grew up in Mexico most of my life, and I traveled around different countries, and the one thing that's always set the United States apart is the reason why we are such a great country and we are so prosperous is because of that education that we provide. A lot of first generation individuals that are graduating high school, that are graduating college. That's extremely important. I am a huge advocate of education, and I'm also a huge advocate of financial education, which is a different subject matter, but a huge advocate of education. And the fact you're involved with that, the fact that we have such a strong output and input for money here in Houston is pretty remarkable.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
So what else is going on? What else you see? I know you sat down with Ted Jones after the Thursday meeting. By the way, I want a big shout out to Bill Napick for inviting us to that.
Thank you, Bill.
Sorry I couldn't make it, Bill.
Yes, Mr. Goodhair was not there either, but we will make sure that we get him later.
Is he Mr. Goodhair?
He's Mr. Goodhair.
Love it.
Here we go.
We're talking about Tim here with State Farms.
Yeah,
live.
Yeah, Mr. Goodhair. That's what you've termed him. Now that Bill has
Bill started all.
Yeah,
You
Bill
never know
started
what's going to
everything.
stick when somebody says something. You just never
But Mr. Goodhair over there was not able to be there. But there were some interesting numbers he came up with at I guess both when you were speaking with him and afterwards.
Yes.
That were supporting some of the things you were saying. I mean, what were some of the things that were most interesting to you?
I did take some notes, and I took down notes of some wonderful comments that he made. One was that he expects a 3.8% home value increase in 2016.
Which kind of follows inflation.
Correct. Yes, and he's the chief economist for Stewart Title.
Right.
So he knows his stuff, and he goes back on, did you see what I said last year? And I was right on there.
He's pretty consistently
yes,
accurate.
He did. Now, he did say that the homes between 100,000 and 500,000 are the ones that are really good right now and are going to be still doing good all this year, which normally that is the sweet spot there, yeah. The one negative, he did say that homes over $1 million have decreased about 7%.
Right.
But over time, they're going to come back. It's just that the higher end market right now is just a little bit slower.
And I think he said right around 700,000 and up are going to probably suffer.
Right.
We already have like a 10-month supply of $700,000.
But as he also said, if you don't sell, you don't lose right now. So there's some other areas, not that you don't want to have a listing out there, but that's one of the things, you want to be careful of. So
I think Josh has indicated that he wants you to do something.
He was like, Chris, you got to be exiting in 30 seconds. So we're letting you guys all know what's going on in the back end right here. Crystal, how can we reach you, by the way?
My phone number is 713-962-0910, and my email is Crystal Northcutt with 2 T's at kw.com. Give me a call.
And
I'm
Crystal
around
is
24/7.
A great agent out there in the Katy area, obviously with KW, which is Keller Williams Premier. She's not going anywhere. She'll be here for our last segment in the open mic, but we are going on a break right now, so stay tuned. We got to pay for the show. We'll be right back.
I can feel my my face when I'm with you.